Hey, it's Big Jeff with an unboxing, and we're definitely doing giveaways. So I'm talking about Marts Digital, which we helped launch the line a little over a year ago. It was a Brazilian group of people, family and friends that have been in the industry for a long time, came up with their own line. But the first line was not Brazilian amps. Go figure. But they said, you know what? We're coming out with the next line, and it will have Brazilian guts. And we're looking at 3 of the models right now.
This way you can see it before you buy it.
One is the 800x4 Pulse, which is the entry level. The MDS 800x4, and these are 2 ohm 4 channels, which is the upper. And what's the upper? Well, they kind of went after one of those other brands, and they have an HD model and a another model, which we're not going to MD HD, but you get the drift. And people didn't realize one of those was actually 1% distortion, one was 10%. And that was the big price difference.
Oh, I see it now.
So they have 2 different models. And then we have the entry level MD 3000. And that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to crack it open because Marts Digital, which is a Brazilian group, went Brazilian. So we're going to crack her open. We're going to do some unboxing, some testing. And then they said, hey, Big Jeff, help us out. These are the first 3 models coming in, which right now I'm shooting this February 15th, and the actual order should be here by the end of February. They said, go ahead and do some giveaways.
Holy giveaways, Batman.
So stay tuned after this video for the giveaway video, and I'll put a code word in this like I've been doing it. So you'll have to watch this video to get the code word.
Give me the code
To enter in the giveaway. So hit that like button, leave a comment. It doesn't hurt you none, doesn't kill you none, doesn't cost you none. And share this out. And if this is YouTube, make sure you're a subscriber, and all the other social platforms, follow and like us. BigJeffAudio.com. Help us out. That's how we're able to do this and do all the giveaways. So check this out right here.
Let's check it out.
This is the Pulse Edition, which is their entry level. So we talked about entry and we talked about their premium. One is 10%, obviously, and the premium is 1% distortion. Big. Okay. Nice boxing. That's the first thing I like, because I hate those other Brazilian brands and you just get it in a cheap box. Okay.
Cheap, cheap, cheap.
So they followed that. We have pamphlet. We have, looks like telephone cord, plastic bass knob, and some screws. And then we have a great footprint, which I like that it has the Brazilian look. And this is a perfect alternative to those other Brazilian brands that you might like or not like. And I can tell you that the price is not set in stone, but I'm told it is going to be this particular model way under 300 bucks.
That's a steal.
Now, it does look a little bit like a Brazilian amp, and it is. But we're going to crack her open to show you. On the front, I see a protect clip and on. It does say Pulse MD 3000. Looks like we have a fan. And I'll give you some close-ups. 4-gauge power, ground, and remote. And then the other side, Tiffany style RCAs, gain, high pass, low pass, frequency, bass boost, and about 8-gauge speaker outputs. Now, if you know about the Brazilian amps, generally they don't have crossovers, they have gains. And that's why you have a high pass and low pass. So the way you would work it is you turn one all the way up and the other one you would adjust down. So kind of they are like a full range amp with a crossover in it.
Very special.
I like the amp overall. Let's get some actual sizes.
No, boom, size does matter.
Size does matter.
Carl!
This 3000 here from mount to mount is 9 inches, actually 8.5 inches, and you're just about 2.5 tall.
Not big, not at all.
Okay, let me grab the Big Jeff cam so we can get a little close-up of this. So first we have Tiffany style RCAs. You can see you have plastic potentiometers, which is famous for Brazilian, but we have gain, high pass, low pass, frequency, bass boost. We have 8-gauge speaker. You have the remote. You have a fan and you have 4 gauge there. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this bass knob. Plastic, nothing special.
But it works. It does work.
Again, this is way under, I think it's in the $250 price range, 260 somewhere, it's under 300 bucks. We'll go to the big Jeff cam just so you can get an idea what it looks like. There you go, basic. Nothing out of the ordinary there. This right here is a 1 ohm. And then let's turn on the big Jeff cam one more time so you get a close up. I forgot to show you the top. So you have your Protect clip and on. And it's just a clean looking amp. It definitely looks Brazilian. But how do you know it's Brazilian? Okay, I'm gonna crack this one open because we are going to test this one and give this one away. And you know, it's kind of funny, Marts first came out and it was advertised as designed by but it was you know, Chinese style amplifier. And when I peeked in one of the other ones, because I was looking when they came by and said, hey Big Jeff, help us get this out to market, there's always this on the board, which I'm not an amp tech by far, just seen a lot of them. There's a type of parts that automatically just kind of scream Brazilian. Well, it doesn't look like I have to take both sides off. Let's see if it's just in there real snug. Oh, there we go. Didn't need to do that at all. No, yeah, because it is kind of underneath there. That does have it. So let's go ahead and turn on the up and close, personal. Love this camera. We're going to take a look at this board. Here we go. Up close and personal. All right, so it's when I look at a Brazilian amp, they aren't really packed with a lot of stuff. Now the weird thing is on the premiums, and what next video you'll crack open, you'll see transformers in here instead of these coils. But what blows my mind is how much power these things create. And that's, I think, what people like about Brazilian style amplifiers. They just make a ton of power. You got the Marts logo in there. Yep, you got the Marts logo. Let's see, we got some capacitors. Let me spin this around. EXO 3300 microfarad 100 volt. And it's amazing. And it looks like the board here will work. Yep, MD 3001 and 2 ohm. So they use the board and probably make the adjustments for the resistance. Got a pretty thick fan in there. It's amazing how the Brazilian amps can be very small and light, but produce a ton of power. And I know J-Rod already kind of explained it to me. I should have paid more attention. And normally, open up a 3,000 watt amp, you have like a layer of MOSFETs. So kind of crazy how that Brazilian technology does create a lot of power. Me personally, I'm on the fence because I've had Brazilian amps before in the system, and I think I don't want to call it dirty power, but part of that is too is that the real inexpensive Brazilians are like a 10% distortion, which means it can be kind of rough on speakers, but they just create a ton of power and take a ton of abuse, and really was big for the guys running the loudspeakers, and they were running a ton of them on just, you know, one 10K amp with like 50 speakers, and they can handle that. Now it's grown out because, you know, $1 per watt, you get a lot for your money. You know, the average 3K is under $300, so it's almost like $1 per watt. I'd love to see your comments. What do you think about Brazilian? Yay or nay, and why? Are you a liker of it? Are you not? Is it just because of the price that you can get those amps for? I'd love to see that in the comments. So not much really to look for, and that's why I said that's kind of what happens when you open up a Brazilian amplifier. It's just really simple and there's not a lot in there, but they work. They make a tremendous amount of power and they're really efficient. You don't need a lot of amperage to do that, and it almost crazy how that design works. So I'd love to hear your comments and why, right? Don't just say, oh, I like so-and-so or I don't. Why is it? Because I think more and more people do it because of the price, right? But does that make it better? You know, you hear the war stories of things blowing up and, or, you know, people not liking plastic. Well, that is not plastic. The side caps are. And it's weird too, because I've never seen the black goop in here. There's a lot of goop holding everything in place, so it takes a lot of vibration. And normally the MOSFETs are up sideways along like the power bank, as they call it, right? And it's not, these are flat. So it's kind of cool to know that something that simple creates 3,000 watts, right? So we're gonna hook this up on the dyno, and there'll be a follow-up video for a giveaway video. So the code word for the giveaway video is gonna be Pulse, P-U-L-S-E. So when you see, if you've already watched this, then remember that word. So when you see the giveaway video and you like, comment, share, and you text us, right? It'll ask for the code word. So Pulse for this MD3000. This is not the giveaway video. This is the unboxing and testing video, but there will be a shorter giveaway video after this launches. And then we're gonna do the same thing for the 4-channel. So here we are right here. This is the Pulse MD3000 1 ohm. It's supposed to be 3,000 watts with a good efficiency rating. And that's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna get this thing hooked up and get it on the dyno. Definitely leave your comments. There's always talk of the Brazilian, Korean, Chinese, and Guanese and everything else. What's your take on it? Is there something really wrong with running Brazilian in your builds? Is it more just a price feature? I'd love to hear what it is, because you got companies out there like Tower Amps and Sound Digital and Stetson that sell a ton of product at a very low price. I think a lot of people are upset with those brands as a reseller, that those companies sell into the US at just ridiculous prices. Does that demote the brand? Meaning if the factory is gonna sell direct to you so they don't have all the markups to get there? I don't know. I'm curious. I'd love to see these comments. And I'll tell you what, I've ran all different amps before. And I've had Stetson and Tower Amp. I've ran the regular Marts, and probably gonna do something small with these new Marts for sure. I am told though, by after March, there should be a bunch more models. They are switching over. So if you like the old school Marts, buy them up. There's still plenty of inventory. Get it. We've had really good luck with it, and great amps, but this is where they're going to here, Brazilian. So I'm Big Jeff, and with Movie Magic, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We got the Pulse, which is their entry level, under $300. Don't have an exact price yet. We will next week, or by the time this video comes out, and we'll put it in the comment. This is the 3001 ohm. We have our A81 dyno from SMD. We are running American-based Stealth 40 amp banks, 3 of them. And then we have our flute to check, clamped on, check our, basically how many amps. And we're using the Kenwood. So first thing we're gonna do is a certified run. Certified, very harsh on amps. So hopefully everything goes smooth.